Ukraine does not intend to lay down its arms, at least not on Putin's terms. President Zelensky unequivocally rejected Russian attempts to take over Donbas and Luhansk, emphasizing that the occupied territories had not lost their national status. This flag is the goal, the objective, and the dream of many of our people in the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. They value this flag. They value it because they know that we will not give our land to the occupiers. Despite Kiev's rejection of Putin's demands, Zelensky continues to emphasize that he is ready to meet with the Russian dictator. The problem is that after the clear and strong message from the meeting in Washington, D.C., the Kremlin found itself on the defensive and is not eager to engage in any talks.
Look, it takes two to tango. You understand that. I wanted to have a meeting with those two. I could have been at the meeting, but a lot of people think that nothing's going to come out of that meeting. You have to be there. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But we're going to see. In the meantime, people continue to die.
What's worse, according to analysts, the Russians are preparing for another attempt to break through the front line in Donbas. They will be aided by reinforcements from North Korea, which has just released footage officially confirming the participation of its soldiers in the war in Ukraine. Meanwhile, the president of Finland has stated unequivocally that the Russians will not begin real peace negotiations, at least for the time being. They want to continue the war at least until autumn, to maximize their territorial gains. If the goal was a bilateral meeting in Washington in 2 weeks, that is next Monday, I consider that very unlikely. Russia's delaying tactics will continue. The White House has already announced that it is awaiting the results of Donald Trump's talks with both Putin and Zelensky in the coming weeks. Trump himself has made it clear that if the Kremlin does not take a step towards peace, America will be forced to change its tactics, including the introduction of the announced sanctions.
Well, then I'm going to make a decision as to what we do. And it's going to be a very important decision. And that's whether or not it's massive sanctions or massive tariffs or both. Or do we do nothing and say it's your fight?
Undoubtedly, the Americans' decision may be influenced by the voices of their allies in Europe, including Poland. Next week, Polish President Karol Nawrocki is scheduled to arrive in Washington, D.C. on his first official foreign visit, where he will meet with Donald Trump on the 3rd of September for bilateral talks in the Oval Office.